Another week here in the Huddle with Coach Ruffin. We're glad to have you with us in what was a crazy long homecoming game against Clark Atlanta, and we're going to have all the highlights here for you. I'm A.A. Moore, and again, we're here with the coach, star of the show, Coach Reginald Ruffin. And Coach, I don't know if you've ever been through a night like that, a day, night, morning like that, but it certainly was interesting and exciting against Clark Atlanta.
Well, for the most part, it was very long. I thought we were flat coming out, so I guess the good Lord kind of gave us a blessing to delay it a little bit with the weather, but give us an opportunity to come back and kind of regroup and get it together. With
Clark Atlanta coming in, Miles was hot, 3-1 to start the season, big SIAC matchup. And with Clark Atlanta coming in, they had lost by 30-plus points the previous week. What did you tell your guys as you got ready to start this ball game?
Well, we knew they was coming in ready to play. Anytime you 0-4, getting ready to play an opponent that's in the conference that has the winning record, you want to get your guys ready to play. And I thought Coach Barnes did a great job of getting Clark Atlanta ready to play. Watching them on film, they wasn't an 0-4 football team. They actually had some ability and just were young, making a lot of mistakes. But I told our kids they was going to be ready to play, and it was homecoming for us. So you know how homecoming is. Guys really get caught up in the festivity and not getting their job, getting ready to handle their job and take care of business.
Well, we had a lot of business that needed to be taken care of, and it took quite some time to do it. We'll break it all down here for you when we come back. It'll be first half highlights. You're in the Huddle with Coach Ruffin.
In the Huddle with Coach Ruffin is brought to you in part by Andrews Sports Medicine, ADT, the UPS Store, TNT Fireworks, and the Maxwell Tillman Law Firm.
Welcome back to In the Huddle with Coach Ruffin. And Coach, before we get into our first half highlights, again, you hadn't lost on homecoming, so you seem to have the formula for your guys to be ready to take on this kind of challenge each year?
Well, I hate homecoming. I know I may have won all of them, but I'm not a fan of homecoming. Number one, it's a lot of distraction, and we have to separate the student athlete from the student, during the course of the week. These guys got to get ready to play a football game, but, they get caught up in a lot of the parties, a lot of the, that goes on campus, step shows and Greek shows. So we just had to get our guys ready to play, and I didn't think we were ready to play. And that was a lot of distraction going on all week, when it's homecoming festivity.
Well, without the homecoming, you had a Clark Atlanta team coming in looking for revenge. Miles defeated the Panthers on the last play of the ball game in 2018. 1-point victory. We'll see if Miles will be able to double up in the win column as they take on Clark Atlanta. So it's homecoming. Unfortunately, you didn't start right away. A 2-hour and 15-minute delay because of the weather. And when you got started, it's Daniel Smith at quarterback there on the RPO. He keeps it for 5 yards and a first down.
Great job. Daniel, he's our leader. So
now he's back to throw. It's LaAnthony Robinson. 11 yards and another first down.
Great protection. Got to line up. Great job by Lee Anthony catching the ball.
Here you go. Little play action. Back to pass to Smith again down the middle for the sure hands of Antonio Lee.
Antonio Lee, man. We call him Big Play Lee. So great job by Antonio Lee.
Miles with a chance to get on the scoreboard right here. Leonard Tyree gets behind the defense, but Daniel Smith overshoots him.
Yeah, he overthrew that. He's got to drop that in there. Just soft pass, soft touch.
Miles would end up settling for a 30-yard field goal from Jackson Spradlin, and it's 3-0 Golden Bears.
Yeah, great job. Jack giving us the points. We always want to score a touchdown, but in the red zone, you got to score.
Well, Clark Atlanta comes in with their high-flying quarterback, Charles Stafford, and he goes to work right away, 34 yards to Kendrell Wembley.
Yeah, great job. That quarterback, Charles, has done a great job all year and standing in that pocket and is just making the right read.
It's 4th and 3 here on the next play. They go for it. And a quick pass to Corey King, 6 yards, another first down.
Yeah, we got to squeeze that. We was playing man-to-man. He played off a little bit. Number 2, he did a great job getting inside.
Here, another little play action, fade to the backcourt of the end zone. It's Wembley again. 11-yard touchdown, and Clark Atlanta's on top.
Yeah, DB got to do a better job as defending the man and not watching the quarterback.
Miles has to punt on the ensuing drive. Ball hits Jake Anderson, who you gave a shot to punt, in the hand. He never gets it off, has it stripped. It's picked up. Tyrese Ross recovers in the end zone, and now it's 14-3. I'm sure you weren't looking for that.
Yeah, most definitely. He's got to catch that ball. He's got to do his job.
Miles back on offense and Daniel Smith back to pass. He's looking to go deep, but it's Johnny Sharp on the juggling interception.
Well, great job by their defensive backs, but also Daniel read the wrong read. Should have went to the left, not to the right.
Well, the defense needed to make a stop, and they get one here. Austin Stevens steps in, gets the sack.
Great job, coverage downfield, you know, guys in the way in the lanes, and step up, make the play.
Now it's time for Clark Atlanta to punt. They bobble it. Gradarius Brown drags down their punter Ty Woods. It gives Miles ball deep in the Clark Atlanta territory.
Well, special team, they have to come up big. Got to do a great job.
Here on 2nd and goal, it's Wade Streeter. He finds his way into the end zone. 2:53 left in the first quarter. Miles is still behind, but now it's 14-10.
Great job by offensive line opening up. Great job by Wade finding the crease, making that touchdown.
Well, you've done this a couple of times before. You said, let's try it again. It's Brady Hamill with the onside kick, recovered by David Etienne, and Miles back on offense.
Well, we saw him open up a little bit, you know, take off before the ball was kicked. We saw it on film, so wanted to just try to see can we get that ball, and did a good job. Brady did a great job.
Miles still on offense here. It's Dante Edwards on 3rd and 1. He picks up 7 with a big, strong run for a first down.
Great job by the offensive line, but great job by Dante, you know, just covering up the ball and protecting it.
Here on 3rd and 13, and Coach, they had pressure all night. Daniel Smith, not much he could do. He tried to roll away and get it off, but he's sacked by Lorenzo Fields.
Yeah, you know, we got to do a good job of protecting him, but, you know, Daniel's got to do a good job of throwing the ball away.
Miles has the ball here in the 2nd quarter, and Smith finds your tight end, Montavious Tinch.
Great job, protection, and just great job by Daniel, finding an open Tinch.
Well, Tinch is going to get open again one more time, and Smith rolls out to his left. We've seen him do this a couple times. He gets away from pressure, buys himself just enough time, and he finds Tinch for 12 yards.
Yeah, great job. You know, Tinch just being in the right place at the right time.
Here you are, 3rd and 3, Justin Ruiz, and he's getting his first time touching the ball here in the game. He picks up a first down.
Great job by Justin. You know, he's one of those running backs by committee. Guys come in and do his job, help this team out.
Again, the pressure really was big time for Clark Atlanta, and this time Daniel Smith, as he goes back to pass, he's going to have a little bit of trouble holding on to the football as they get it out of his hand. Luckily, Miles was able to fall on it. I think it was Aaron Scroggins who came up with that.
Yeah, you know, we got to protect him. He's got to do a better job. But that was a quick game. You know, anytime it's a quick game, you got to get rid of the ball.
They lose it on downs, but Miles would come back on defense. Safety blitz, Kendrell Walker gets the ball out of Stafford's hand. It's Ozzie Williams Jr., picks it up 5 yards, touchdown, Golden Bears.
You know, the defense, they practice on turnovers, practice on takeaways, and great job by Kentrell off the edge and getting that ball and scoring on defense.
Miles trying to get into the locker room with the lead, but Stafford goes deep. He finds Wimberly. 2 guys run into him but are unable to pull him down. Wimberly goes all the way to the house, 64 yards. And 20-17 is your score, the extra point blocked by Kadarius Roberts.
Well, you know, we can cover 3. You know, defensive back, he's really peeping at the quarterback, and we can't go in at half like that.
Yeah, you didn't look very happy going in. 20-17 is your score, and Miles has some coming back to do. So, Coach, when you are looking at a first half like that, you're turning the ball over, you had the delay, it just looked like everything that kind of could have gone wrong did go wrong, but you're still only down 3 points.
Yeah, just like distraction all over, you know, distraction for us, the way we were playing, way homecoming week, and turning the ball over, and, you know, giving up 3rd downs, and we got to do a lot better job of that. We haven't done that all season. We've been giving up a lot of 3rd down conversion, and defensive backs, they just got to do a better job in recognizing down and distance situation and doing their job, you know, not reading quarterbacks, but taking gambles and just playing within the system.
Well, it's 20-17 at halftime. It's homecoming, so you get a little longer halftime, but that was not the longest delay in the ball game, and we'll get to that when we come back. But before we get to the second half highlights, we've got a great feature on one of our great running backs, Wade Streeter. He's put in his time, and you'll see about that when we come back here in the Huddle with Coach Ruffin.
So Darren, you're with the UPS store?
Yeah, we actually printed these invites.
Wow, I thought you guys just did shipping.
No, we do printing, packing, shredding, notarizing, mailboxing, faxing, binding, taping, laminating, copying, consulting, creating, designing, returning, and of course shipping.
Cool.
Nice costume.
It's my work uniform. Where are you going?
Go to the UPS store for everything your small business needs. And of course, shipping.
It's halftime here in the Huddle with Coach Ruffin. 2017, Clark Atlanta on top. We still got 30 minutes to play, and we'll get to those highlights in just a moment. But first, we want to feature one of our running backs who has put in a lot of work to get to the position where he is. He's been around here a long time. Let's hear a little bit about Wade Streeter.
My name is Wade Streeter. I'm from Birmingham, Alabama. I play running back. This is basically where I grew up. My first house was actually behind the stadium. And it's just, coming here, it's just been nothing but family, you know, the culture and the faculty and staff. I know a lot of people here, you know, knowing my dad and everything. So it's just been family. That decision was the best decision for me. You know, I had some out-of-state schools, but coming here, I knew that, you know, I kind of knew what I was gonna get. I knew if I worked hard, you know, that it was kind of like, you know, destined for me to, you know, do great things. And I mean, it took me a minute, but I kept working, kept grinding. You know, I stayed patient, waited my time, and everything just, it paid off. You know, blessings started coming. Miles. And when I got here, you know, yeah, it was frustrating. You know, that I didn't get to play. You know, I redshirted, but Coach Ruffin and the coaching staff kept saying, you know, you're a hard worker, Streeter, and you're gonna get your chance. And you know, I've got my chance, and you know, I'll never want to look back. Yes, sir. First game, first touchdown of the season. It was awesome. Nice play. Way to get the season started. I couldn't do it though without that block from Shade, Jerry Shade, our senior defensive back. He blocked it, and God just so happened to allow me to be in place to pick it up and score. I mean, I've been through it, you know. I'm a veteran guy, you know. I knew I would sooner or later get my opportunity, you know. If it wasn't that day, I knew it would probably be the next game. And I just try to keep that I factor. We try to keep that I factor out of everything, you know. It's about the team. You know, we win, lose together, you know, as a team. You know, and coaches, I guess it just wasn't my time that game. And I just had to stay positive and play hard on special teams and praying that I'd get my chance eventually, which I did. When I entered that game, you know, I was just thinking, you know, it's time. You know, you've waited, and it's time to show them what you can do. And I got in there, I played assignment football, what I've been coached with. You know, Coach Cunner, my running back coach, teaches me what Coach Ellis teaches me. You know, stay A-gap or hit the, you know, rules first, talent second. You know, that's what they always tell us to do. And I just followed, you know, the process, and just things opened up for me. I hit the hole hard, offensive line blocking well as they always do. And just holes just kept on popping open, and I just hit them. That first touchdown, you know, that's everything for a running back. Just to feel that end zone again, you know, see it again, you know, that feeling is, you know, it's awesome. You know, anybody can tell you that, whether, you know, whatever position it is. But I'm just thankful, you know, that I'm here, you know, that I'm able to make plays and I can contribute to the team this season. We're just trying to go 1-0 each week, you know, until it's time to championship play and hopefully get to the playoffs. I just want to continue to progress and get better each week. You know.
Coach, Wade Streeter is a guy who's been here. You brought him in. Obviously, his father used to be a coach here, and he's waited his time, but when you called his number, every time it seems like you've called his number, he's produced for the Golden Bears.
Well, he's just a hard worker. Like I said, his dad was head coach here, and he's been brought up in football. He's been around football a long time, especially his dad being here, and he was successful in a few seasons that he was here as head coach. But, you know, Wade Jr. is, you know, he's an unbelievable guy. You know, he does everything that we ask of him to do, and just waited his time, was patient. You know, as always, the next man up, not be a bad locker room lawyer kind of guy, and you know, be disgruntled about not being able to play. But he just waited his time and worked his tail off and to get where he at now.
Talk too about guys who take that progression. He, again, was down on the depth chart. You put him out on special teams. He was able to excel there as well. And then when his time came, he was able to do the things that you all knew he was capable of doing. He just had to kind of wait his turn.
Well, I think he's by his background, his father, and you know, patient. You know, all this transfer portal stuff, and kids are learning how not to fight and go through adversity and taking the easy way out because you lose a job, lose your starting job, or lose somebody come in and beat you out. You know, I think you have to stay in the fight. You know, you're gonna have to go through something to get to where you need to be in life, and Wade kind of knows that, and that's what he's done. He's waited his turn. You know, he never thought about transferring, never thought about leaving the program. He just always just battled and say he's trying to win the job.
Well, Wade Streeter is currently number 3 in the SIAC in rushing this season. He's also got 4 touchdowns. He's done an outstanding job for Miles, and we look for more for him in the second half of the season. When we come back, we'll look at the second half of this ball game. Again, it was long and interesting, and we want you right here as we go through it all here on In the Huddle with Coach Ruffin.
In the Huddle with Coach Ruffin is brought to you in part by Andrew Sports Medicine, ADT, the UPS Store, TNT Fireworks, and the Maxwell Tillman Law Firm.
We're back here on In the Huddle with Coach Ruffin. Coach, again, halftime. It's longer halftime. You don't get a lot of halftimes that get those 5 extra minutes. How do you work those extra 5 minutes? Is that a good thing, or do you think it's something that, you know, you could do without?
Well, we definitely can do without, but, you know, whatever, you know, our institution asked for, distinction, it was homecoming, you know, the crowning of the queen and all of that goes on in homecoming. But, you know, for the most part, we got to come back out, being down, come back out and play a second half ball game.
So Miles trails by 3 points as we go into the third quarter. Miles has to kick off, so Clark Atlanta with a chance to extend the lead. Let's look and see how it all turned out. So the defense gets the ball back. You make a quarterback change to LeJean Cordier, and you start out the second half with Justin Ruiz. He picks up 16 yards and a first down.
Yeah, you know, Daniel was struggling a little bit, so we just thought we'd come in with LeJean and give us a new fresh start.
So here on the next play, the exchange was bad, it gets lost, and Clark Atlanta is with the football.
You know, that happens. You know, new quarterback comes in and this new series, and just got to protect the ball.
They're throwing the ball all over the place, but this time not much to go by. Ozzie Williams Jr. with the tackle for loss.
Great job by Ozzie. You know, we had to insert him. You know, he's doing a great job playing middle linebacker.
This has to hurt. 3rd and 29, and they pick up 33 yards to Corey King.
Yeah, defensive back, peeping in the backfield again. That was hurtful.
This time, he steps up and finds Ricard Jerry for another 22 yards on 3rd and 6.
Yeah, we got to do a better job pass defense, you know, from the pressure and also in the zone drop or man-to-man coverage.
Now Stafford falls back. Pressure's coming. Looked like that ball was tipped, but they get the pass interference call against Rodney Coleman on 3rd and 11, sets up another first down.
Yeah, you know, he went back there. Yeah, the ball was tipped, but, you know, you got to keep playing, you know.
And here Stafford finds Wimberly across the middle. He gets in from 14 yards out. Now it's 27-17 with 9.5 minutes to go.
Yeah, we needed to come out and establish that second half, and we didn't.
Here, Justin Ruiz, another strong run. He picks up 11 yards.
A great job, offensive line opened up, and Justin, he's a good running back, patient.
Cordier, not the biggest thrower in the world. This time he finds DeAndre Harvey, and Harvey does the rest, 25 yards for a first.
That's a great job, great protection, and great job by LeJean just standing there and finding his target.
More Clark Atlanta pressure comes here as Cordier back to pass, steps up, tries to throw it, but they rule it a fumble. Miles is able to fall on top of it. Theodore Victorin gets it, but Miles is forced to punt.
Yeah, when we go in court game, these guys got to understand you don't have the protection. You know, you got to get rid of the football.
Miles had its own pressure that it was bringing. There's a sack there by Marquell Shelton.
Well, great job. Great job pass defense, but also great job by the D-line getting pressure on the quarterback.
Miles is going to get the ball back, and this time Cordier on the run here, 11 yards he picks up, and it's going to set up another run here, Coach. 4th and 3, and Cordier, he keeps it when the pressure comes. He does just enough to get the first down.
Well, great job. We had to go for it, just take that chance, and hey, those guys say they was ready to go for it.
Well, after Cordier gets the first down, lightning strikes, and the guys head to the locker room. The rain comes down, and it's the beginning of a long wait for your team.
Well, for us, the biggest thing is, we can't stop the man up above half for us, when it comes to weather, and we just got to settle down. It's a conference game; it has to be played. We'll go in and regroup and come back out and finish. I think about a minute and 12 seconds in the third quarter that was left, and play that final fourth quarter.
Were you ever worried they were going to cancel the game or call the game at that point?
No, because it's a conference game, and it has to be played. You don't get any do-overs in the conference once you play your schedule and don't have room to make up a game. So we just had to get it played, and I'm just proud that we did have an opportunity to get it played.
With that much time, though, in between the time that they last played and the time they came back out, what do you do with your guys in the locker room during that time?
Feed them. You got to feed them, because that was a long delay. We was holding off on the post-game meal, so, hey, we just fed them in the locker room. We just told them to get something to eat and relax. Let's get back out, because we practice early in the morning. So, fans not being in the stadium, we're accustomed to that anyway early in the morning.
Well, it took 3 hours and 45 minutes before the teams got back on the field. It was 12:38 when the next snap was taken. There may have only been 20 people, maybe 30, in the stands when this game was completed. All the homecoming festivities had long gone and gone off. People had gone home, but there was still a football game to be played, and we'll pick it up here with 1:12 left in the third quarter. First play after the delay, and here, Ruiz picks up 6 yards.
Hey, we told our offense we got to establish that, in that third quarter, finish up, got to score.
So he moves to the fourth quarter, and Cordier finds Leonard Tyree. Not a big game here, but a big catch there.
Good job, protection, finding his target, and Tyree catching the ball, giving us the first down.
Here, it's Ruiz again. He looks for the hole, finds it, gets in it. 9 yards, his first collegiate touchdown, and now Miles is within 3 points.
Yes, great job. Offense kind of answered our prayers and answered what we asked them to come out and do. Did a great job.
Miles back in this ball game, and he certainly had an amped up group. Defense comes out, and Kadarius Roberts, he had a huge game. That was one of his 7 tackles. He had 3 tackles for loss. He did an outstanding job up front.
Hey, our D-line, man, what I can say about those guys, they get after it.
It forced Clark Atlanta to start getting rid of the ball early. That ball was slick. It was almost picked off there by Kendrell Walker.
Yeah, great pressure, but, we got to make those plays.
Here you are on third down, and the maligned defensive back started to come to play there. Jarius Grayson with the pass breakup forces the Clark Atlanta punt.
We just want our guys to compete, go out there and challenge the receivers.
Miles with the ball back, and it's Ruiz again. He picks up 25 yards on this run.
Yeah, great job. Great job by our offensive line, once again, opening up hole, and Justin doing a great job of finding it.
Cordier, this time, he's going to keep it himself. He gets to the outside. He picks up 10 more.
Great job by LaJohn. He's doing a great job of leading this offense and coming in and giving himself opportunity to be successful.
It's fourth down, 4th and 6. Cordier back. He's looking for Tyree, unable to complete the pass, is a turnover on down.
Yeah, we just have to do a better job of that play selection, and he did an awesome job.
Again, more pressure, more strength in the secondary. That time it was linebacker Ozzie Williams Jr. with the good pass defense, and then it forces a punt, and here's the big play of the game. Cordier finds a wide open, streaking LaAnthony Robinson in the last 35 were easy like Sunday morning. It was Sunday morning. 74 yards for the touchdown. It's 31-27 with 9:43 remaining.
Excited, great protection, and LaJohn getting out of the pockets on that bootleg pass, and Lee Anthony, man, making that great catch.
Miles, defense comes in. It's 3rd and 1. But no gain there, as again, the defensive secondary able to make the stop.
Yeah, great job. You know, our guys just getting to the ball and just making it happen.
Miles had a chance to put this game away early in the fourth quarter, but there, Dante Edwards unable to secure the ball. Clark Atlanta comes up with it, and now it's time to get on defense.
Well, you know, he's got to protect the ball. It's wet. You know, we already talked about that, protecting the football.
And right to work goes Stafford. He hits his favorite guy, Wimberly. Wimberly picks up 19, and then on the next play, he goes to his next favorite guy, Drakar Jerry. And this one is good for 25 yards, and now the Panthers are in the red zone.
Yeah, we got to do a better job. You know, they got us on the hitch and go and guy jumping routes, and he's got to play sound defense.
Clark tried to go quickly into the end zone, but Wimberly could not find his way in, and it sets up a play from the 1 yard line.
Well, great job by our defensive back, Maxell, making that stop.
Stafford, a little problem with the exchange, and that time Ozzie Williams Jr. able to pull Stafford down for a loss of 3. Then on this play here, pressure coming from shade. Wimberly has to let it go, and it's Gregory Matthews who knocks it away on 4th down, and Miles gets the football.
Big down, you know, defensive, you know, our defensive unit coming up with that 4th down stop.
Jay Fitch has to come in and punt, and man, that wasn't a very good punt at all. He was barely able to get it away. That punt only went 25 yards. It left a short field for Clark Atlanta.
Yeah, that defense got to go back out and stop them.
Here, back shoulder throw to Drakar Jerry. It's complete. Stafford threw for 377 yards, but as we're about to find out, will it be enough?
Well, you know, our defense, you know, just bend but don't break, but just get in position, make plays.
That was a completion on 4th and 4 out of the backfield to Darius Blackman, set up a 1st and goal after a couple of stops, though. Here's the final defensive play of the game. Clark Atlanta tried to get a little cute with a little wide receiver reverse, but the floater in the air, and Maxell Wells comes over, picks it off, and that, Coach, is your ball game.
Well, great job by our defensive unit, man, just coming through, making that play. Great job by blitzing off the edge by our secondary, Kendra Walker, and just kind of disrupting that pass where he can float it. And awesome job by Maxell, not giving up, just actually just coming across and making that big game-saving interception.
So you go to 4-1 overall, 2-0 in the league. You got some losses that happened on the Western Division side. Gives you a little space as you head into your road matchup with Benedict.
Well, Benedict is a good team. You know, they 0-4. You know, I always tell our guys, we got to drive the bus. You know, we don't want to be on the passenger side of that bus where someone is telling us or we waiting on someone to take us places. So we want to just hold the key to our own destiny. So we told our guys we got to make sure we do a good job of taking care of our business. We're playing a good Benedict team. It's their homecoming. So, you know, we got to get ready to play a football game.
Well, we'll see if Miles can get to 5-1. They'll take on Benedict. Kickoff on Saturday, 1 o'clock Central Time. We want to make sure that you're there. If you can't be there, follow us on milesgoingbears.com. Check us out on WOTM as we replay the games next week, Monday night at 8:30. And then join us next week in the Huddle with Coach Ruffin right here, beginning Wednesday night and throughout the week. Check your local listings. For AA Moore, it's the coach, Reginald Ruffin. We thank you for joining us here in the Huddle. We'll see you next week.